Welcome back everyone to the channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about why the 2020 CLA 45 AMG is the perfect first AMG for anyone who's looking to buy their first AMG. I had a C63s before this car and that was my first AMG. Now I've owned this as my second AMG. I know it's a bit of a downgrade, which I already explained in previous videos. The focus for today's video is why this car would be a better option as a first AMG for first AMG buyers rather than like a C63s or E63. The reason why I think a smaller AMG is better than a bigger AMG to begin with is just because based on my experience with the C63s, much as I loved it, I had about 3 years and 66,000 miles on it. And I will say that car always wanted to kill me if I wanted to push it to its limits. That's what was really scary about it. This car, which I'll be explaining when I'm inside it, it does have a lot of power, it does have a lot of grunt to it, but you can reach its full potential with this car rather than a C63s or E63 that has, over 500, 600 horsepower. You're not going to be able to reach its full potential with those cars because it gets very difficult to drive those and not be terrified of dying. With those cars like the C63s and E63, like I said, it's very difficult to reach their full potential because of how much power they output. Those cars are amazing cars. As a previous C63s owner, I do miss that car a lot based on how it sounds and how fast it is. But in terms of your first AMG, I think this is a much better option. You get about 382 horsepower, which is plenty of horsepower. All-wheel drive 4MATIC Plus, which is perfect for places like northwestern PA where you have snow, or like Canada that want cars that work well in the snow. And this has 4MATIC Plus, so it's going to work very, very well in the snow. I can't wait to make videos on how it does perform in snow once we get that. You have 4MATIC Plus, you have enough power, you do have a lot of comfort in this car. The seats are a little iffy. Then the interior is brand new, looks amazing. I'm going to be making more detailed videos on the interior. Just from clips you can see how awesome this interior is. Feels like you're very comfortable and very cozy in it, and it just makes sense as a perfect daily and as a perfect first AMG for first AMG buyers. So the one thing that you're not missing out with on this car is looks. I mean, this car looks so angry, and I've made a lot of cinematics on this car. The front end just looks so mean with that Panamericana grille. It looks like a baby GT63, which I'm going to be making a video comparing this car to that. In terms of looks, you're really not compromising anything from getting this versus a C63s or E63 as a first AMG, because overall this car, in my opinion, looks amazing. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, how this car looks. I think it looks amazing. The rear could use some work. Overall, looks amazing. The other cool thing about this car, which let's do it live. We're going to pop the hood. The one thing that AMG buyers love is a hand-built engine. This car does have a handcrafted engine from AMG itself. You're not really compromising anything in terms of engine performance because you do have that handcrafted engine from AMG that AMG buyers love. I know when I was buying the C63 and that was my dream car, I was like, you know what, it's going to be amazing to have a hand-built engine from someone who knows their engines. The car performs so well with this handcrafted engine, and like you get that in a C63s, E63, you get those in those bigger AMGs, and now it's trickled down into these smaller AMGs because, in my opinion, this is going to be the future platform of all AMG engines going forward once they get rid of the V8, sadly. All right, everyone, now that we're in the car, let's continue talking why this is the perfect first AMG. Like I said before, this car does have the performance that you would want out of an AMG when you're thinking, hey, I want to buy my first AMG. I want that AMG feeling in my car. This car has it, in my opinion. You guys can see how much fun this car actually is, especially comparing it to a C63s or E63. Since I already own one of those before, I can tell you with pretty good word that this car is just as fun as those cars, if not much more, because you do get to use all the full potential of this car rather than the other cars where you'd have to not really use it to its full potential in most cases. Let's go. We're on this road now, so what we're going to do is we're going to switch it to Sport Plus. I don't want to use race mode since it is a rare option. I want people to just see what Sport Plus is rather than give him race mode and then not them being able to use it. So let's see, we're going uphill right now, but you can see, you can even hear too, this car, it flies like a true AMG should. It just goes. And then you let go and you get those burbles and cracks like you would out of a C63, E63. Not as loud, but man, is this car fun. especially on these back roads, because you can use all that power. That's the most important thing, is that you're using all the power and you can enjoy it to its full potential, like I've been saying. But man, this car does go really fast. That 4MATIC Plus definitely helps a lot in terms of laying down the power as quick as it can, because the C63s is rear-wheel drive. E63 is all-wheel drive, so you don't have to worry about not having all-wheel drive if you do go for the big boy. But in terms of C63s versus CLA 45, this does put the power down a little bit faster because of that 4MATIC. It flies. It's truly a very fun AMG. Why I'm saying that it's a perfect first AMG is because I personally think that when you're learning the sports car market, you want to start out with something smaller rather than go full out and get something big and very, very powerful, because you never know if you can control that car unless you're a really good driver, which you might be. So you could just go straight to the C63s. For the younger people that are just want to get an AMG, I would say the CLA 45 is your best bet, because you can control this car without worrying. This car is fun, it's safe, and it's not too powerful where I would say, a younger person buying a car should not buy this car because it's just too much power. And you never know, especially when you're a kid. I was a kid too, and I've explained this in a previous video, where you want to go fast. That's just what it is as being a car person. You want to drive fast, and that's normal. I think this has plenty of power, plenty of grunt, where you can learn how to control a fast car. After you reach its full potential with this car, you enjoyed it to the extent that you could, you can upgrade to the C63s, get that 500 horsepower, and learn on that as well. Let's give it another go. It's so much fun. It just flies. It's like a little pocket rocket, and that's why I love it. It's small, it's nimble, and it's fast. What more would you need out of an AMG than this car, really, to begin with? Not really much. I mean, it's like the perfect sweet spot of sound, performance, luxury, and a good daily driver. So that wraps it up for today's video on why I think this is the perfect first AMG for first AMG buyers. It has the AMG personality that people want in their first AMG, and overall it's just a great daily driver, like I said. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. More videos on the CLA 45 coming very soon. So I'll see you guys on the next video.